Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SAFC Fan TV. The game's just finished, and Sunderland have beaten Crewe 4-0 away. We were very rudely joined by Philly there.
Rudely joined?
Yes, and giving us the fright of my life.
Is that because I'm naked from the waist down?
You better not be. I'm keeping my eyes firmly up here. Anyway, Phil, me and Dino have been talking about the game on the stream for the last few hours non-stop, so I'll let you have the first say. What did you think of that?
Well, I thought it was a weird game. I mean, we won 4-0, but I didn't feel we still played like, the start of the season where we've been absolutely brilliant and great to watch and exciting and all that. It just didn't seem like a 4-0 win. We started off, I thought we started off all right, and then Crewe seemed to sort of get a foothold, and they sort of attacked and pressed us a bit, sort of first 20 minutes. And then I think once they scored that own goal, who scored for them?
Terrible Thomas.
That's exactly who it was. I think once that went in, I think their heads dropped a bit. They had to change the game, didn't they? So they had to then sort of go for it. And it's weird because I still think it was comfortable, but I don't think it was up to the standard where it's been exciting for us. Yourself?
No, I would largely agree with that. I don't think it was an amazing performance. I think 4-0 was probably a little bit flattering in the end. I think we started off the slightly better team. It was quite even. They grew into it, I think, as the game went on, and they had a really good kind of 15-20 minute spell where they had more of the chances, and they probably could have scored a couple of times, and in that period we only really had a few half chances. And I think it was the own goal, like you mentioned, that really was the turning point of the game.
Who scored the own goal?
Terrible, Thomas.
All right.
Good pressure from O'Brien, to be fair, who just, I think, missed a good opportunity really with a bit of heavy touch to force them into that error. But to be fair, I think they did give us a bit of a platform from then. And I think once that first goal went in, the intensity and the speed they had coming at us just seemed to completely drop off. They were playing really good, quick passing football. They were getting in our faces when we had the ball. And I think after that first goal, they just kind of stopped doing that. And as the game went on, I think we grew it more and more, gained more and more control. Dino, got anything you want to add?
I mean, I just think we got a bit of a shock of how them actually come out to play. I mean, I expected them to sit back and try and catch on the counter, and they by far didn't do that. They tried to actually get down.
By far didn't do that.
Yeah, by far. You know what I mean?
He's got terrible math skills. His grammar's awful.
Maths is great, 75%.
So Dino thinks 2 out of 3 is 75% for those who didn't watch the stream.
But anyway, I mean, they actually came out to try and attack where they were coming down the wings. They were trying different things. They had chances, but there was nothing which was too worrying until the second half where Mick Almandron had that lovely shot saved from the top right corner from Hoffman. But they were trying different things. I thought were defended quite well. It wasn't really a team performance. There was just a lot of good individual performances, I thought. Like, the team performance in a whole, I mean, there was a lot of sloppy passing going on, but it was just like little bright moments from Dan Neil and Pritchard. Ross Stewart finding himself at back post. I thought Aidan O'Brien done really well at times. It was one of them ones where 4-0's a flattering result, but I just think we took the chances.
Yeah.
Fair
enough.
Some good scores up there for us. Wigan have been beaten at home. That's pretty good. Wickham have drawn 0-0. I mean, Portsmouth losing 4-0 at home to Ipswich there. Probably the only result that didn't go our way was Plymouth winning 3-0. But I mean, again, I think if we're 2 games in hand and only a point behind Plymouth, so if you're going on points per game, we're technically top of the league. But of course we aren't. Just a quick word on Crewe though. I mean, we'll mention them a little bit, but for a side that going into this game tonight, we're actually second bottom. Dino, I'll start with you. I really don't think they were that bad. I actually thought they played a lot of good football. And they impressed me a little bit tonight. Yeah,
they were a totally different prospect from Gillingham, where Gillingham just hoofed the ball up front and were just hoping for something lucky, whereas Crewe were actually trying to get the ball on the floor. They were passing it into the centre for the centre midfielders to try and pick out a pass on the wing or look for a through ball to Mick Almandron. They were trying different things, and it was actually quite impressive. But I think that's why they are second bottom, because they try and play a certain brand of football, which probably isn't suited, that don't have the quality to play that kind of football and defend at the same time. So maybe they need to change a few things for them to try and push up the league. But I mean, they're down there, which is quite unfortunate. I'd like to see them try and stay up. I like Crewe for some reason. There's something about Crewe because they brought some players through, like Dean Ashton.
Is that Crewe in the Midlands? The way you said.
I didn't know where it is.
You didn't know where it was.
I was taking a rough estimate.
Yeah, well, rough cast. I've got to agree with you, Crewe. I mean, I thought there was, they certainly didn't look like a side, hovering around the bottom. Mandron, who we know a lot about, could have had a great goal. I mean, it was.
He was always a threat all game, winning headers and things like that.
Absolutely, and I think if they play like that, they won't struggle down the bottom. It's one of them things, though. When teams play Sunderland, they up the game. Can they do that when they're playing teams around themselves? But they looked pretty good, Crewe, better than we gave them credit for, I suppose, really at the start.
Well, I think they let themselves down a little bit, almost in, like, for example, the first goal was obviously a pretty stupid error on their part. Now, I know that happens to the best of players at times, but still, like, they gave us that goal after they were, like, probably in control of the game at that point, let's be fair. I mean, Stewart's goal is one that stands out for me in particular. Stewart was, heavily unmarked going at that back post. I know he had to take his chance well and strike his instinct. He got in the right area at the right time. But if he'd been marked better, that wouldn't have happened. And you could even probably argue Diako's at the end. If they'd been a little bit more on it, if Bennett, I think it was, the player was marked and would manage to get goal side, none of this would have happened. So I think, they play good football. They try to do things typically the right way, in a good football. And we maybe just lacked a few street smarts, potentially.
We'll sort of wrap this up pretty quick, really. What about, are we going to do man matches?
To be honest, it's completely slipped my mind.
There's a lot.
I thought. See, first half, I thought McGeady was pretty good. He had some great touches and a bit like the old McGeady. But second half, he seemed to sort of disappear a bit. It was more of a team effort for rather than sort of standout players. But if you had to pick somebody,
I don't think there's anyone who I would say in particular like stood out and got any more than like an 8 out of 10. I thought Dan Naylor had a pretty decent game, didn't really put a foot wrong and always looked good in the ball, plenty nice passes. Stewart obviously got 2 goals and I think was a presence up top, won us a lot of loose balls and got on the end of a lot of things. I'll say Stewart, he got 2 goals. It's a fairly obvious one, isn't it? But to be honest, like you say, I think it was mainly a team performance. I think everyone was about the same.
I thought O'Brien had a pretty good game as well. It's just coming in and doing a job.
Missed a couple of chances potentially, but
it's a difficult one. I mean, I'd have to go with Stewart just because he got the goals. I think really just to edge that.
I'll tell you what, I forgot to mention by the way, and I know you said it when he went off. I thought Pritchard had a really good game tonight though as well, and was really influential in that second goal. Great ball.
I mean, I've got to disagree with it. I don't think it was a great team performance. I just thought there was a lot of good individuals in there. I didn't think the fluidity of the team was very good. It was just a lot of individual.
Off the show.
It was just some individual brilliance from the likes of Dan Neil and Pritchard and Aidan O'Brien. I mean, I thought Aidan O'Brien outplayed McGeady. I thought Aidan O'Brien was class. I really did. I thought Aidan O'Brien was really good. So I'm going to give it to O'Brien. I just think his work rate was really good. He was getting back. He was getting forward. He was just everywhere. I really rated Aidan O'Brien's performance today, so I'm going to give it to O'Brien.
I think if he hadn't missed a couple of chances, I probably would have put him up there myself. But I know what you're saying overall at the game. He's always got a good work ethic. We know that. And no, I agree. He did have a good game on the whole, I think. But I think we're going to leave it there.
Well, 4-0, 3 points, second in the league, two games in hand. It's
with only a point behind.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good night.
But yes, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well. It is free to do so.
Thursday
Night Live, yes.
Thursday, where we'll have Charlton fan Tyler Rowlandson will be joining us on the channel. Great Charlton fan. So make sure you tune in for that, and we'll analyse this game in more detail then. Do you want to say bye to everybody?
But yes, from me, Philly, from Jack Dodds, and from Peter Walgar, thank you for watching us tonight. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.